Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. It's time for me to talk about the initial reactions to the Ghost of Yotei teaser trailer that came out recently. I got a few things to say, and I hope you will give me the credit to wait till the end before you start commenting in that lovely little comment section down below, and we'll see where we stand on this one. The gameplay trailer came out, not gameplay trailer, the teaser trailer came out, and people had, well, quite a few reactions on this one, wondering, female protagonist in a male, that was a male protagonist game, is it going to be this, is it going to be that, is it going to be bad, is it going to be good? So, let's see. I know one of the initial reactions, if your reaction to this is that you wanted a proper sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, I can understand that. Really don't have any arguments against that outside of what the studio actually said as far as their reasoning goes. Their reasoning posted here saying from the studio itself, we also wanted to continue to innovate, to create something fresh but familiar. We looked beyond Jin Sakai's story and the island of Tsushima and shifted our focus to the idea of the ghost instead. At Sucker Punch, we love origin stories, and we wanted to explore what it could mean to have a new hero wearing a ghost mask and uncovering a new legend. This led us to Ghost of Yotei, a new protagonist, a new story to unfold, and a new region of Japan to explore. Okay, fair enough. If the quality of Ghost of Yotei and the storytelling and the gameplay is on par with Ghost of Tsushima, I do believe this game will be a massive success. However, based on track record of what we're dealing with over and over again in the games industry, people have a lot of things to say. And of course, one of the major initial reactions, even before anything else came out, was this. One of which from Endymion, Ghost of Tsushima sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior, because of course it does. Oh boy. So we're going to have a problem. This initial reaction I do generally have a problem with, but at the same time, it is unfortunately understandable. I've talked about this quite a few times in different videos and different live streams. As gamers, we have been conditioned so many times. One product after another. It comes out with a strong female character, a strong woman, and as I use that derogatorily because the character comes out, they are insufferable, the dialogue is terrible, and the gameplay is abysmal because these developers, they focus on the ideology, they focus on the inclusivity and diversity and all this other stuff. One game after another. One is a coincidence, multiple is a pattern, and that's what we're dealing with. We are Pavlov's dog. We have been conditioned to see, oh, female character, the original game, the previous game, yes, Yotei is set 300 years after Tsushima, but the original game had a male protagonist, and now this is a female protagonist. So what exactly are people supposed to think when so many examples of the strong female character takes the place of the strong male character, and those games, those previous games, have ended up being garbage? It is unfortunate. I don't like it personally, but you cannot deny its existence. Now, I'll go ahead and say this right off, early in the video. If this game is a massive success, gameplay, story, everything makes sense. Where the main character for Yotei is not this girl boss, insufferable twat in the game, and it's a massive success. Players love it. Game of the Year contender. Well, the people we're fighting against, the other side of this argument, are going to use posts like Endymion's here against us. It will show that this point and counterpoint is nothing more than, oh, you just don't want strong female characters. You don't want women in your video games. And that is a bad thing. However, at the same time, if Ghost of Yotei comes out and it is nothing more than a buggy, insufferable mess of a game with terrible gameplay, nonsensical story, and a disrespect to the environment and the world that Tsushima tended to set up, then it will reinforce the idea that, well, if we see the strong female character as the protagonist, then more than likely the game is going to be ideologically driven. Both of these outcomes are not beneficial to the argument that we set forth. So what's going to happen? This is going to be a massive wait and see project, but let's see how many other red flags we have out here. The pattern, again, Cabrutus, when posted this little snippet on here, and, you know, judge it as you will. Make your own decisions, as I like to say. Ratchet and Clank went from male to female. The Last of Us Part 2, well, we know how that ended up happening. People had their arguments about how they treated Joel, and the argument from the other side was, you just don't like the strong female character. No, we just didn't like the piss-poor story and the way they treated Joel. And, of course, Uncharted here. And now we have Ghost of Tsushima over to Ghost of Yotei. Again, can be seen as a red flag. Once as a coincidence, twice as a pattern. Other aspects is, well, we have the studio heads. A few of these employees are going around social media. And I went and looked a few of them up to see, well, how long have they been working at Sucker Punch Studios? What is their involvement? Did they work on Ghost of Tsushima? And we have Andrew Goldfarb, I can't even pronounce. He joined, it looks like he joined Sucker Punch in 2019, used to work at IGN, and I think that's more detrimental to his resume than anything else. Senior Communications Manager. I don't really see someone like that being heavily involved in the story of the video game. Who else do we have? We also have over here Casey Cowett. Not sure how to pronounce their last name. One of the number one things that people have is the pronouns in bio. Yeah, that's a little meme going around. It's like, pronouns in bio, disregard their opinion immediately. Again, you make that decision for yourself. Environmental artist at Sucker Punch Studios. Well, they deal with the environment. They make the game look pretty. Okay. And authentic. Cool. How much an effect can good old Casey here have on the story and the narrative that the story is trying to put forth? Don't know. Not much. Casey joined in 2021. Did they work on Ghost of Tsushima? Couldn't really find that out. Who else do we have? We have Drew of Yotei. Okay, Drew Harrison. Now, Drew Harrison works on the costumes. And I have to admit, Drew Harrison worked on Ghost of Tsushima. I did find that out. Has a nice little resume of beautiful artwork, something that, you know, people enjoyed in Ghost of Tsushima. So they were with Sucker Punch Studio. They were involved in Ghost of Tsushima. So, all right. Got that one. Now, the far more important, again, but, you know, she, her, yeah, whatever. Don't care. Now we have Eric Jensen. Eric Jensen, could not find definitively if Eric worked on Ghost of Tsushima. Senior game designer, much more important role at Sucker Punch Studios and involved with Ghost of Yotei. So, what did he do? Well, Eric also worked on Days Gone. Days Gone is a rather highly acclaimed game that people really wish that there was a sequel to. And again, pronouns in bio, you make that decision for yourself. Why we have to do that, don't know. Eric definitely has more involvement, I believe, with Ghost of Yotei. These are a bunch of people we'll be keeping an eye on. More on that later on in the video, towards the end. Do we care about the pronouns in bio for the people behind the scenes? Some do, some will, some won't. Again, I'm just putting out the information, the possibility of the red flags. But now we get to the most fun part, and probably the thing that people are screeching about the most. I'm not saying screeching is a derogatory, just screaming it from the rafters, the positives, the negatives, and whatnot. And that is the voice actress for the main character, Erika Ishii. Did a little digging. A lot of people are doing a massive amount of digging and uncovering who Erika is. And I think the number one mistake that she made was blocking people, going on a massive blocking spree. And of course, apparently somebody decided to comment she's blocking people who harass her for her beliefs. Well, that's a lie. That is a bold-faced, provable lie. Going to show that in a second. Harass her for her beliefs. Now, I'm going to show you in a second. She's an activist. See you next Tuesday. Who she is as a person. Ultimately, some people care, some people don't care who she is as a person. People say stupid stuff, and yes, she is an activist. She is a massive activist, but she is also just the voice actress. It's another one of those things where I ask the question, how much of an effect can she have on the actual story elements of the game? She also seems to be blocking everyone involved in the stupid Gamergate 2 DEI detected, SBI detected, blah, blah, blah. And that is a provable fact. Unfortunately, she's blocking people that have been defending her, that have been talking positive about her and her role as a voice actress and the game itself. That's not a good idea. The whole blockchain thing, you're blocking one person and everyone that follows them. So far, I'm not blocked yet. So far. But this is probably not the greatest idea in the world. Sure, you're going to catch some crap on the internet because, well, Erica, you said a lot of stupid things. And you have a lot of ideas and ideology that people disagree with. So you are suddenly thrust into the social media discourse of this game. So you're going to have trolls. You're going to have unsavory individuals because you have millions and millions of people online. A few of them are going to send you disgusting messages. But when you start blocking people that are talking positively, that are trying to say, give the game a chance, don't judge it simply on this, that, or the other, you start blocking them, you're sending the wrong message. And that, again, is another massive red flag. I had people questioning, it's like, she's so ideologically driven. She is such a provably massive activist. Why would they pick her? Well, I went over and checked out IMDb to see her voice acting credits, and wow, 145. She's a voice actress. She has a rather extensive pedigree here. Lego Fortnite, video game. Let's go to the video games. Mortal Kombat 1. Whether you like the game or not, she's the voice actress. She's reading a script. Starfield, fucking pronouns. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. What on earth is that? What other things? In video games, Sailor Moon Cosmos, she did the voice of Sailor Juno. Destiny 2 Lightfall, there you go, the mighty ones. We have one after another after another. Vampire the Masquerade, a TV series. I need to go check that out. New York by Night? Okay. Destiny 2, did a voice in the... Oh, she was Anna Bray. All right. She is the voice of Anna Bray in The Witch Queen. It's almost like her personal beliefs and her personal ideology does not infect the games that she does a voice in. Deathloop, get your opinions there. One after another. Psychonauts 2, I believe I saw that. Fallout 76. Cyberpunk 2077. Again, almost like all she's doing is getting paid for a role and reading a script. I'm just going to keep on scrolling down. She has an extensive resume. Mobile Suit Gundam, Fallout 76. What else do we have? More video games. Monster Prom. Ooh, it's about a prom. Destiny 2 since 2017. She's been the voice of Anna Bray. And nobody has a problem with the character of Anna Bray in the game. Again, it's almost like she's a paid actress doing a voice for a role, and perhaps her personal beliefs have nothing to do with what she does. Because, boy, oh boy, talking about which Pokemon are abolish the, well, she has some lovely, lovely beliefs, but are you really surprised? She's in the Western industry of voice acting. It's almost a requirement at this point. So what do we do? What do we do about Ghost of Yotei? Is it a good idea to get the knee-jerk reaction of, oh my god, this game is going to be woke because women? Don't do that. It's not a good idea. Treat it as a red flag. I've seen some people argue that I don't want to play as a woman in a character. Ever. Okay, sure. You're going to miss out on some fantastic video games out there, but that is a personal decision, and I'm not going to knock you for it. I may question your confidence as a man, but whatever. Poke fun, make fun of you. If you were my friend, I would ridicule you incessantly. So, anyway, I don't think we should be reacting like that because it will only be detrimental to our cause, to the hill we want to die on. I do not believe that denigrating or disregarding a game immediately because they decided to go with a female character If you're upset with the game because it's not an actual continuation of Jin's story, that's fair enough. If you don't want to play the game because you just don't play games with a female protagonist, fine. Again, Metroid, whatever. That's your decision. But if you're going to go down the route of simply because they decided to change the character to a female instead of a male, I don't know. That is still your decision. But screaming it from the rafters, you are hurting the cause that we are fighting for. We're not against strong female characters, and we're not against black characters. We're not against Asian characters. We are against ideologically driven nonsense when the game suffers, when the gameplay, the story, and the world building suffer. That is what we have to focus on. Now, there are quite a few red flags. The green flag, I had someone ask me in my Discord, thank you, Steve. Are there any green flags on this game? Yes, there absolutely are. It's Sucker Punch Studios, and it looks like some of the developers that were involved with Ghost of Tsushima are involved with Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Tsushima was a critically acclaimed success to the point where the island of Tsushima gave them honorary ambassadorship. They did such a wonderful and respectful job with that game. I do not think we should expect anything less than this. However, it is definitely something that's going to be kept an eye on. The development cycle of this game will be watched very closely, especially when it comes to how the voice actress behaves, how the developers behave, how they react to all this criticism. Are these going to be the only red flags we see between now and release? Don't know. I'm sure there will be more to come up because, well, it's definitely a hot topic right now. But ultimately, I do not believe there is enough out there to condemn this game. Massive wait and see. Sure, there will be more videos talking about it, more comments and everything like that. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one.